Who would like to know the backstory behind the most famous Shakespeare play? I would.
Earth, art, man, woman.
Paul Mescal, get that fiend away from me! How dare he show his face after Gladiator 2? Okay, Paul, one more chance. And that chance is Hamnet, a semi-fictional story which apparently inspired Hamlet. Who doesn't love a Shakespeare movie? I love a Shakespeare movie. Romeo and Juliet, Much Ado About Nothing, other stuff. So this is a story about the tragedy behind the play Hamlet. Shakespeare's son died at a very young age, which caused him to write this play. This is what's according to this movie and the book written which inspired this movie. I'm immediately drawn, and I have to say it, I'm immediately drawn to Mescal's performance as Shakespeare. I didn't want to be, but he is truly impressive. When I watched Gladiator 2 and what he did, well, it's not mainly his fault. I'm guessing he did actually do pretty well in there. Just a bad film. But he truly is impressive. Comically, sincere, he's quirky. So basically, Mescal, Shakespeare, meets Agnes Hathaway, a local girl who is kind of seen as this witch because she spends a lot of time in the forest. And soon after meeting Williams and Agnes, they wed, have children, before tragedy strikes. Now, I have to say that the child who plays Hamnet, Jacob B. Jupe, is absolutely brilliant. He is literally one to watch for. He actually stars in the film, with his brother, who plays Hamlet in the play, not actually Hamlet in the film. So yes, do watch out for Jacoby Jupe. I don't know if I said his name right, but what an absolute, as a child star, he is up there already. You know, when some children, they just play the adult they play the child a bit too adult. They actually act like an adult. Whereas Jacoby plays some really good, emotional, childlike behaviour. It's really, the performance is brilliant. And I hope he's won some awards for this. It's a very, very spiritual movie. I mean, I guess due to the times of Shakespeare where there was more emphasis on the spiritual world due to, a lack of medical explanation. So a lot of us, well, not me, well, I'm not that old. A lot of people in those days, it was about God, it was about the universe, it was about powers beyond their belief because of medicine. So you do find it being very, very spiritual. Chloe Zhao does brilliantly in portraying this world, whilst she also gives us a glimpse into the afterlife. It's her visions about the afterlife. It's a very, very beautiful movie. Who isn't interested in Shakespeare? And if you want to know the origins of Shakespeare's most celebrated play, I would watch this. Chloe Zhao creates a moving, emotional piece that will have you holding back the tears. I think I was close. It was close. It was close. Paul Mescal is all forgiven. He's all forgiven. I forgive you for what. I was just convinced myself that Ridley Scott forced you to do that movie that we shall not speak of. But if you do want to see a good movie that's based on Shakespeare and part of his story, it's great. The visuals are great. I mean, it's mostly set in the countryside, so there's not too much work to do in recreating the times of old. I think it's some lovely, beautiful country English side somewhere, which is still basically untouched and still looks like Shakespearean. So it looks awesome. However, when it gets to London, you can tell that there's a little bit of green screen going on. All the cast do an absolute amazing job. It's a really moving movie that will keep you going. It's just so interesting to see, a bit of Shakespeare's. It's nice to also see Shakespeare himself, because you don't really see Shakespeare ever. It's usually, it's just these plays that we see, but we're actually seeing Shakespeare and the birth of Shakespeare and what shapes him to be this man. And Paul Mescal, as I said, does a great job. His wife does a great job. They all do a great job. So if you want to see a movie that details Shakespeare's life and the origins of one of his most celebrated plays, I would definitely suggest this movie. If you like a bit of Shakespeare and something, just the whole cast just do a fantastic job, and I do suggest it. Have you seen Hamnet? What did you think of it? If you did like it, let me know in the comments. Also, if you could like this video and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. I'll do another one of these very soon. Okay, guys, see you on the next one.